Hey everyone, welcome back to Unfiltered with Amber. Today's episode is going to be a little bit different, a little bit controversial is the word. We're going to talk all about what is the word? Oh my gosh.
I don't know what we're looking for here.
I was looking for like mainstream media, maybe. What is the word?
No, I don't think that's the word. I think this is gonna be like a tabloid episode. This is like
TMZ?
Yeah, it's like TMZ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is gonna be a insightful episode on, are you team Dakota or are you team, what's her name?
Taylor.
Taylor.
Yeah. All right. So you guys all know the drama going on with The Bachelorette, which was supposed to be right now. Actually, I was supposed to be watching it, and not gonna lie, I'm a little bit upset about it because I was looking forward to it, but it's fine, whatever, over it now. But yeah, we're gonna talk about all the drama that was going on. So, I don't even know where to start. Like,
This is I'm assuming that if you've seen some of Amber's posts over the past week or so, she's really been pushing hard to ride the wave here of controversy.
yeah.
With this Taylor situation, and me and her have had many of talks about this. So we
Yeah.
thought maybe we should do it on here and get some feedback. But
Yeah. First of all, let me be transparent here and clear. All of my content I'm posting, you have to be like, as a person who's in marketing, in social media, content creation, I care about my engagement, my analytics. I look at my insights every week. Like, it's very important for me to make sure that my content is being pushed out to the public. So yes, if something is going on in the world that I know people are going to, whether it's good hate, what the heck? Whether it's good, engagement, or hate and bad engagement, it's engagement at the end of the day, and it does help like boost my algorithm a little bit and engagement. So like, yeah, I made a post and people are hating on me or they're liking it. There's been like, it's kind of been 50-50, maybe not. But
probably like 80-20.
Okay, but hold on. Let me pull up the post real quick because I put a poll on it. I've put polls out on my other posts too. I've gotten 0 votes on polls. This time I had hundreds of people vote on the poll, more views than followers that I even have. So let's see. On the poll, I asked, like, who else is, pissed off that The Bachelorette is canceled? 63% voted yes. 37% voted no.
Well, yeah, I think a lot of people are upset that it was canceled because they wanted to watch the show. As far as who thought it was justifiably canceled, probably may have been different.
Yeah. And then I made a TikTok the other day also saying how Bachelorette needed Taylor in order for them to like be a thing again. Which, okay, I posted that did I post that before? Yeah, I posted it like hours before.
Yes, it was hours before the video came out.
The video came out. So I posted like multiple TikToks. One was that one, I think, and then I posted one more thing. I don't remember what it was. About like her coming and speaking at my conference.
Yeah.
Which we'll talk about because, yeah, some people are like, would you really give a platform to that type of person? And blah, 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 blah. So I have a lot to say. Like, it's like, I see it in both ways. And yeah, we could just dive into it, I guess, and talk a little bit about the backstory if you guys don't know what it is, and then like our opinions on it.
Yeah, why don't you give the backstory a little bit, and then maybe even give your connection to and you and her, and then we can dive into our opinions.
Yeah, if you guys care. So backstory. Secret Lives of Mormon Wives is like another reality TV show. I think it's on Hulu. And then Bachelorette, obviously, like ABC, Bachelor, Bachelorette, that type of thing. But Taylor became famous from TikTok. They had this whole group. It was Mormon moms, and they were called Mom Talk. It was just like a bunch of moms. Some of them were pregnant, some of them not. And they just came together and would film content and videos and just have a fun time. So that's where like all of it started. Taylor was like the head, I guess you want to say, of it, and she's like the leader of it. She's the one who began it. She started like the whole, moms making videos in Utah and being Mormon, and like it's not common there.
I think we should because for our Mormon viewing audience, when
many of you out there,
they're Mormon, these women are the furthest thing from actually being LDS, I think, humanly possible. But yes, but they definitely use that because it's it creates engagement because you're like, oh, let's see behind the scenes. Then they give a really bad view of what these people are.
Yeah, it's probably not the best rap. They've been
the exact opposite.
Yeah, they've been like banned from churches and all this like crazy stuff. And like when you see the show, they talk about it and they're like, every episode name is like the book of, swinging, the book of like all this crazy stuff. So to talk about the swinging thing, there was a scandal that happened, like, okay, this whole TikTok thing, mom talk, and then there were obviously husbands of these moms, and there was a certain group of people, I won't name, like, specific names, and I also don't know specific names for sure, so I'm not gonna, like, be, what is it called? TMZ and, like, say things, but anyways, there's a group of them, obviously Taylor was involved, that was the one that's obvious, so there was like a swinging scandal that went on where all of these couples would, well, I don't know if I need to explain swinging, but they would.
I think they got it.
I needed to learn. I was like, wait, what are they doing? Okay, I was shocked. So yeah, they would hang out.
Okay, and they're at the park and their kids are on the swing. What's wrong here?
Yeah. I was like, oh wow, moms are swinging their kids. This is so sweet. Okay, anyways, yeah, all of that happened. So there was like drinking parties. They would drink. They would like, do things with their partners and like whatever. But it was all together and everyone was okay with it. So long story short, I guess there was relationships that ended up stemming outside of the swinging parties.
Who would have thought?
And from there, it caused a lot of chaos and drama and situations. And then like a lot of friendship breakups, a lot of divorces happened, a lot of like craziness. So that was like the whole thing. And then Taylor got like all caught up in it. And I guess like people found out about it. So then she posted on social media about what happened. Because I guess like one of the girls' husbands is the one who like was basically cheating on his wife then, quote unquote cheating, whatever, like reaching out to Taylor outside of the hangouts and saying, I have feelings for you, I want to hang out with you, whatever, all this stuff. I don't know all the gist. Anyways, that's kind of what happened. And then like they didn't end up like being together or anything, but I guess that situation caused drama. And then, yeah, it was just like drama on social media. People made it a whole thing. So there was like a swinging scandal.
This was all pre-show. This was like before the show happened. So then the show kind of started from there. There was a domestic dispute between Taylor and her husband that stemmed from one of these things, correct? From this little scandal?
Yeah.
And that's kind of how the show started. And now we're in season 3?
I think it's like, yeah, maybe 4.
Yeah, so we're in season 3 or 4, something like that. And then now at the end or conclusion of this last season, which just ended, then Taylor was supposed to be the new bachelorette. And then days before it was supposed to come out, there was another domestic dispute between her and her now estranged. They're not married, right? No, they're just boyfriend,
no, they're
right?
just, yeah.
But they have a kid together.
But I was wrong, actually.
What?
When I told you the domestic abuse thing was in the past with her old husband, it wasn't. I lied. I didn't lie. I thought that's what it was. The video that is all over the internet that everyone's seeing, the one from 2023 or 2022 or whatever.
That's Dakota.
Yes, Dakota, the now one. The old husband and her never had like a physical thing.
Oh, I don't remember you telling me that there was there.
Because I thought the old video was from her old husband or whatever. Because there's it's in season 1. You guys will see like they have the cop like footage or whatever, like the cop camera. That shows like behind the scenes of like her getting arrested or whatever happened, like that whole situation. She's drunk and like outside and crying and she's like the whole like chair thing or whatever. So it was like that was already in season 1. Okay. I thought it was 2 different things. There's only one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not multiple like videos and multiple domestic things.
Well, there's multiple domestic things, but.
Well, how is there multiple?
There's the original one from 2023.
Yeah.
And then there's the one that just happened a week ago, which is what caused ABC to question things.
But what happened a week ago was the video got released.
Okay, yes, the video got, no. So February 23rd, I've got all of these dates, guys, because this is what happens. I screenshot one post to send to her about it, and now all of my algorithms are just strictly this drama. But February 23rd, there was another domestic dispute between Dakota and Taylor.
Of this year.
So like 3 weeks ago.
All right, okay.
And then that's what caused the halting of recording of season 4 of this stupid show.
Okay.
And that's when everybody was like, maybe we should have some questions for ABC for The Bachelorette.
Gotcha.
And then that's what brought us to today.
Gotcha.
And then all of a sudden, the leaked actual video
came out now
of the 2023. Thing. So to catch you guys up, and then we'll talk about it. The video essentially is a altercation between Dakota and Taylor, and they're fighting, and she is just kind of going ballistic, and her child, one of her daughters,
she has 3 kids, so it's like her oldest daughter.
in oldest, she was 3 or 4.
Well, yeah,
right?
she's still like young.
Yeah, but she was a little kid. She was there. That is not Dakota's child. And Taylor picks up bar stools and starts throwing them at at Dakota. She had him in a headlock. She was punching him. She was going crazy.
It was like a lot of aggression.
And a chair ends up hitting the daughter. And Dakota is like trying to console the child screaming bloody murder, and Taylor doesn't seem to really be fazed, and she says, "This was the greatest part ever." After we watch a video of her throwing the chair, she says, "You did this." So Dakota, it's like, no, you actually did this. We just watched it actually together.
Yeah.
But,
no, that was very traumatizing. And I feel like when I like posted about certain things, people are like, "Have you not seen the video? Like, do you not understand what's going on?" Like, I understand. I don't agree with any of those actions. I think it's terrible, especially that like kids were present, you're drinking alcohol, you're like being abusive, even though I'm sure that there's certain things that not that he deserved it, but like I'm sure he's a crappy person that maybe you felt internally like you want to get your anger out, but I don't agree with like the way that she reacted and her actions. So let's get that straight before I get people being like, Amber's such like a person who's like okay with all this stuff. I'm not, okay?
And to vouch for her, the day that she posted the thing, she had comments on there of people saying like, "Have you not seen the video?" So I saw the comments, so I was like, "Let me see this video." So I looked it up. This was the middle of the day. She gets home at nighttime, and we're sitting there, we're talking, and I'm like, "Did you see the video though?" And she's like, "No, what video?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, you have to watch the video." So I played the video for her. She genuinely never saw the video, nor knew there was a video. Like, she did not at all.
Yeah, I thought it was like the cop cam footage. So I was like, I've seen that video. Like, it's in season 1 of the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Like, yes, we already know that this happened. That's what I was thinking of the video. I didn't think there's some new thing that came out that's behind the scenes of Dakota filming. So I'm like, that's crazy. First of all, okay, to get into all of that, like the way that you said, the way that you were like, I don't know, not even you, but like, okay, first of all.
I'm being attacked right now.
No, I'm not attacking you.
These chairs are secure. So.
Yeah, don't worry. So Dakota and Taylor, just to give you guys some context, have a really, really toxic relationship. Like, it's really, really bad. They constantly would make up and break up, but it's not just like that. It was like very mentally, emotionally toxic. Obviously now physically abusive and toxic, but it was very mentally and emotionally draining. You see that in the seasons, but also you see it through like certain content that she posts and also just things online, of course, of social media, but still, like, you can see all that. And for example, like, he cheated on her with not just one, but multiple people. One person was like one of her really close friends. One person was her family member. One person was like just random things like that. It's like, okay, how can you not be traumatized, right? And also, she does have a kid with him. They had like a bunch of issues where like first she ended up having a miscarriage, and then she finally ended up having a baby with him and wanted to be with him. So she really did have a lot of love for him, and I think he does too. It was just like in a very toxic way, like really, really bad. So just to give you a little bit of background, he was not a good person. He also was a addict. Like,
yeah, he'd be on the heroin.
Yeah, that's so that was like a whole nother thing too. And I guess like since he met Taylor, he like stopped doing all that. But like, I don't know, obviously, but like that's what was like said, and she like helped him through all of that. So that's why they were like staying together. And then like, I don't know what happened. I guess he's apparently had like relapses and stuff. Nobody knows. Okay, nobody freaking knows. But
we're gonna pretend to.
Yeah, we're going to pretend to. Yeah, we know what we're talking about.
Yeah,
so
we know them
us.
Personally. Okay.
Okay, to talk about that, like how I know Taylor or whatever. So I reached out to her back in 2022, I think. When it was my first year doing my conference, second year, I don't remember. I reached out to her either 2022 or 2023. I posted the text. You guys can go take a look. So like, basically, I asked her, "Do you want to come speak on my stage at the Sisterhood conference?" And whatever, like all this stuff wasn't going on. It was more like, oh, this is a rising social media star who does TikTok, who has a lot of followers. You can come in and talk about social media and like what happened with all of that and how you grew it. That was like my goal. So yeah, that was that. We had like conversation back and forth. Even like in the past, I had a podcast called like Sisterhood Podcast that I did like at home. It was just a couple episodes. She wanted to be on that. We had like dates scheduled, a bunch of things. So it was just like more so things that we were going to do together as far as like work type of stuff. And then here and there, like swipe ups on each other's stories. Like she follows me, I follow her. So like we stayed connected. It wasn't like a actual genuine friendship though. Like I didn't personally know her like that. And it wasn't like we were texting and calling each other. It was just like Instagram DM type of stuff. And it was more so me just wanting her to come and talk at the conference. So that was that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess to kind of get into like views on this stuff.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? So like, obviously they're both toxic.
Yeah. But I think they're both victims. That's what I meant to say when I was like, the way you said it about Dakota, like it made it seem like, oh, poor Dakota.
No, definitely not poor Dakota.
That's not like, he's not poor Dakota, okay? It's not poor Dakota or poor Taylor. They're both freaking crazy. And like, but I feel for Taylor. That's the only thing. Like, I just genuinely, I don't know why. Like, I just feel like for her, she's always, the one thing about her that I've noticed, like on social media, on Secret Live, she's very like blunt with her things and she's very real about it.
She's blunt with her objects.
Okay, but like, no, seriously, like she is very honest about certain things and like she won't pretend to be, somebody else. Like she'll like.
She's very honest as she looks into the camera and says, "You did this," after she launches a chair at her daughter.
Well, honest with what's going on in her brain.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, so Dakota is probably a horrible human being. He's got all the characteristics of being a horrible human being. Yes, and I'm sure that the video that he started recording wasn't like he was just sitting there calmly the entire time. I don't know. We don't know what he
caused
did.
That reaction?
I'm sure. I don't know if he was physical. I don't know if he was just verbally. I don't know if he was just provoking. Maybe he was literally doing nothing in that moment. She was very drunk. I have no idea. But we don't know what happened behind scenes on there. But like, I don't think he's like completely innocent in any way, shape, or form. But the thought that like, I think the real victim here is both of them in the sense that they're being manipulated for advertising dollars by any of these stations.
Yeah.
Like we had talked about this a little bit before this, like you don't take a sane person who is completely put together and has no trauma or issues and put them on a reality show because that is boring.
Yeah.
So we know that she's nuts. Hulu knows that she's nuts. ABC knows that she's nuts.
Yeah.
That's why she's there, because it gets ratings.
Yeah.
So like she clearly needs some sort of help in getting out of this toxic situation that she's in.
Yeah.
Because I think that it is negative for both of them and it's her fault for staying, but sometimes that's difficult to leave.
Yeah.
So like she needs, assistance in doing that, and probably being in the limelight and it being glamorized and everybody talking about it makes it a million times worse, especially if you're not totally stable in that situation. So she's being exploited, obviously.
Yeah.
He's being exploited, obviously.
Yeah.
The American public, including us sitting here wasting our time talking about it, is being exploited, obviously.
Yeah. But you're watching too, so
Yes,
whatever.
we're exploiting you.
Yes, exactly. No, but the other thing is when I say like I feel for her, it's because like, again, I don't agree with the things she did. I think it's just she's really, really like, you can tell even in the episodes that you see, like she's really, really hurt. She's trying to leave the situation, but she's so attached to him still that it's like she doesn't know how to leave the situation, right? So it's like, I want to leave, but I can't, and I don't want to. I also have a kid now with this guy, and like she wants his family and all these things. So there's obviously ties that make it harder to leave the situation. And like he gaslights her and love bombs her and all these like whatever names that you want to say. Like he does all these things that manipulate her, and she's not stable in the mind. She even says, she's like, I can't control how I'm reacting and things I'm doing and why I continuously keep going back to him. I can't control it. It just happens. Because when you're in like a toxic loop, it's very hard to get out of it. It's like, okay, you may slowly get out of it, then you come back into it, and he's not helpful, obviously. So they're both like just going round and round and round and like hurting each other and being crazy. So like, I don't know. I feel for her because I feel like she has like right now the opportunities are so big for her. Like being on The Bachelorette. I mean, that's such a big opportunity for her career. Also like, okay, who knows? Maybe she is going to end up meeting someone and she can finally leave Dakota in the situation. So obviously for her, like it was a good opportunity. It's like, okay, this is the perfect person to be on The Bachelorette. So all the girls out there who are saying like she shouldn't have gone, she's unstable and stuff. What?
She had no intention of actually doing the show the right way.
And
She was
said
there
that.
for exactly.
Yes.
She was there for clout. She was there just to get a paycheck.
So are all the contestants.
No, because we just watched
that they don't get paid.
We watched the Before the Rose show, and the very first one has been married for like 22 years.
From like 1980. It's a very different time.
Yeah.
Social media didn't exist. Did phones even exist?
They were rotary.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pagers.
But they originally, the show was for that.
Yeah.
And now she was going on there for absolutely no reason other than to get attention. And all the guys there are just being used as well. And ABC again is just monetarily gaining off of all this ridiculousness.
Yeah, but they lost now, so.
No, because they have replaced the show with an amazing season of a repeat of American Idol, like season 4 or something, which is freaking great. You know? But yeah, so it's a disaster.
No,
what?
I know you're saying that she didn't go on there for love. Okay, maybe she didn't go on there for love, but she had amazing opportunities in front of her, okay? And like she's already in this reality TV world. So to get another opportunity, a paycheck, also get more clout or whatever you want to call it. And who knows, potentially maybe meet some guys or whatever it is, right? I don't really freaking know. But like who wouldn't do it, right? In her position, not saying like a random girl. I wouldn't do it. But I'm just saying like in her position, if I was in her position, probably. I'm not in her position.
You know what? I would get it canceled. That's what I would do. If
and that's exactly what Dakota did. Are you Dakota?
If she got put on there, I would leak an AI video.
Yeah,
for sure.
I bet you would.
But so that was the other thing that like you keep saying like how like honest she is and how like real she is. She is the biggest like victim in the world is the way that she acts. Like she went on Good Morning America or whatever it was right after this, and they were like, "Are you shocked when that video came out?" And she's like, "No, I'm not. Every one of my premieres always gets ruined."
Okay,
I wonder why.
Okay, yeah, but I think it's also like if you watch like certain things, that's like Dakota, he is very toxic where he tries to like ruin every opportunity for her too, because he's like, I want you crying and coming back to me because this is your safe place. So like it is a very toxic thing. I'm not saying what she's doing is like right, but I think like they're both toxically doing things to each other and manipulating each other in ways that's like really, really bad. And like when that happens, it's like, okay, she's supposed to go on TV for a great opportunity. She's going on Good Morning America talking about whatever this bachelorette thing that's coming out. And it's like they're asking her these questions. And like 5 minutes ago or like whatever, 2 hours ago, she was having a fight with Dakota about like XYZ and all these things. And he's probably love bombing her and she's all confused and crazy. And then like she comes on here and now she's like, she just speaks with like what it is. So yes, I'm not saying what she's saying is like, like the proper thing to say, but I think she's thinking out of like where she's at mentally. Like mentally, she's not stable. So obviously the way she's replying is like in a victim mindset, sure, because it's like when you're so hurt, you're not seeing like the other things. She's just seeing like, I don't know.
Perhaps it's not the best time to be going on
that's the thing everyone's saying.
Show.
It's not the best time, but it's also like these opportunities. That's where I was getting to, where like the timing, it's so bad, but also for her career, it's like, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. You kind of have to take it. Like you can't say no. So if you're mentally unstable, it's like, you just got to like kind of figure it out and go. So she's going into it with like her mind being so brain fogged and scattered and she's not going into it the right way. And it's causing all this drama and commotion, but also it's like, she's not going to be like, let me heal first and go to therapy and make sure I'm okay. And like, do all these things before I go on The Bachelorette. No, they're not going to give you another opportunity in 10 years when you're okay. They're not. So, like, I don't, like, blame her for taking the opportunity she's taking. I don't think that, like, it's... Okay.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but, like, the opportunity cost, right? So, like, this is funny because she was saying these same things to me before it actually was canceled, right? We were talking about this, and I was like, they're going to cancel it. Yeah. And you're like, they're not going to cancel it. And the problem is this. Because she wasn't in a position where she should have been going on that because she has all of this drama going on, she now got canceled from this. She's going to get kicked off of the other show. She is her entire career. The other show is her. She's going to be gone.
The show will just end.
It'll probably do another season. It'll suck and it'll be gone.
Yeah.
But she's done. She'll be on Dancing with the Stars in 2030, and that'll be where we are.
Okay, in 2030, you're right.
And she will be washed up and done.
Yeah.
And
Probably.
that's what's going to end up happening.
Yeah.
And if she skipped Bachelorette and figured maybe I need to perhaps get myself in order, then perhaps she could have had a prosperous career doing something else, or nothing would have happened. Maybe she'd be in a better mental state. She will be in a worse mental state now regardless. Like, I don't see that there was benefit here. I think that she jumped into something because she saw money signs, and that's just not going to fix your problems,
agree.
lady.
Yeah.
It's not. And you've got 3 first names, so you're a serial killer.
Dakota's a serial killer.
I think he's just an addict.
Close enough.
There.
Kidding. But I don't know. Also, it came out that Dakota's the one who sent the video to TMZ.
Really?
Yeah.
Truthfully?
And I told you, yes.
Truthfully?
Yes.
I know, I need to fact check that.
Okay, we'll have to
Jamie,
fact
can you
check
pull
it,
that up?
But who? Jamie?
Yeah, if we have any, never mind. Go on.
Who do
It's
you
a
have?
Joe
Is it a-
Rogan joke.
Oh, okay. Jamie from Joe Rogan.
He's the producer, and he's always like, Jamie, can you pull
Oh,
it up
it's
on
a
the
girl.
screen?
I mean, a boy. Okay.
It's a boy. Or a man.
Does he have 3 names? First?
No, it's just one, I think. Nobody knows his last name. I did not know that. I don't know if that's true or not. But either way, do your thing, Dakota.
No, Dakota.
Well, because
sit down
so-
and stop being freaking annoying and get out of here.
So this is like really messed up if he did that like purposely to like screw things up.
Yeah.
However, not that you should go to that level, but like also, so yes, they're back and forth constantly.
Yeah.
Okay, they have a trauma bond for sure.
Yeah.
So whether good or bad, it doesn't matter for my point here. The day before she was being brought to the airport to start filming The Bachelorette, she and Dakota had sex, and she said, I'll be back to you. Wait for me.
Yeah, and even
As she goes on a show to get engaged to somebody. That's the point of the show. So imagine being a guy who's like, oh, we're finally going to work things out, but I'm going to let her go for 3 months and hang out with 22 guys or how many guys are around there. Get
30.
engaged. 30. All right. Get engaged, and then she'll come back to me. I should definitely let her go. I should definitely let her go.
He said, save me a rose when they were on FaceTime. And so I was thinking, as like a viewer of these shows, that Dakota's about to be a contestant on The Bachelorette. Or like he's going to show up randomly and then like they're going to end up together or something like that.
Yo, that would have been fire if like that dude, what's the guy's name that actually won? It's all over now. He's doing interviews and everything. But anyways, whatever guy who won, who kind of looks like Dakota, which is the funny part.
Oh, okay.
It would have been funny if they're at that final scene and like he goes down, like does he go like down on one knee or like how does it work?
Yeah.
And then like Dakota's behind him and then she's got this big smile on her face and he's like, oh my God, she's gonna say yeah. And then like Dakota comes in and sweeps in. That'd have been fire, actually.
Exactly.
ABC, get at me. I can help.
Yeah, like I was thinking something like that was about to go down.
Yeah.
And like obviously, like they were in the loops. Like Jesse Palmer was literally on the episode.
Who's Jesse Palmer?
The host of, I think that's his name. Who's the host of like The Bachelor.
Oh, okay.
That dude. So like he was like literally on an episode of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, like
And, like-
because of her being on it?
No, it was they randomly ran into each other like at a lunch place.
Again, guys,
Okay.
reality TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I saw you guys like down the street or whatever, so I stopped by, something like that. Anyways, they were like talking about The Bachelorette.
I run into
obviously
him a lot
promoting.
too.
Yeah, right, totally normal. So, anyways, like they clearly knew what was going on,
Yeah.
but they still allowed it. So yeah, I guess it is ABC's fault too, like for allowing that and wanting it. They were so desperate for views.
They know what they're doing. They're screwing with everybody.
I know they better release it. They better release it.
Well,
Somehow. Please, I want it.
and before, I was actually really glad that it got canceled just to like prove a point because like, and actually it was good that it did because it made me feel a little bit better. But like me and her got into it because, not got into it, but we were discussing this. And when I was saying it's going to get canceled, she's like, no, it's not. And I'm like, it's such a double standard because this happens constantly in sports where an allegation comes out against an NBA player, an NFL player, or whatever player. And without any evidence or trial or anything going on, that dude loses his endorsements.
Yeah.
He has to sit without pay. Sometimes he gets canceled from he gets like kicked off of a team. And then later it comes out there was somebody specifically for the Cubs where he was accused of domestic abuse. And then he got set. I think he missed like the World Series or something like that. And then it turned out that the girl made it up. And like you don't get your like reputation back
Yeah.
after that. So it
That's
happens to
crappy.
guys all the time that they get canceled. So if this didn't happen, that was like really bad because if The
Yeah.
Bachelor was about to get filmed and they found out The Bachelor beat up his girlfriend,
100%.
The Bachelor is not airing and
Yeah.
we're at that guy's throat. Like
Yeah.
we're gonna we need to We need to go after him.
100%. I agree with that.
Yeah.
But also, if let's say it was like during the Super Bowl and one of the, let's say the quarterback,
Which one's that? What does he do?
the one who throws the ball.
Yes, there you go.
Okay, I know
Uh-huh.
my football.
Mhm.
Aaron Rodgers. So let's say something like that occurred,
Yeah.
right? Right before it's about to, it's Super Bowl, it's Friday and Super Bowl Sunday is coming up. And they found all this stuff out, a video was leaked. Would the Super Bowl be canceled?
No, the player would be canceled.
Would he be like,
He would be replaced by the backup quarterback because the show is live and you can still do it. They can't
Would
re-record.
they really, though?
Yes, they can't re-record this whole season in like a week.
They're gonna miss out on the opportunity of the Super Bowl having the best quarterback, and they're gonna replace them with the replacement.
I'm sure if Jamie would look this up, I'm sure it happens. There are a lot of times where players get completely
Okay, maybe.
canceled.
I don't know. I don't watch sports like that, so.
And even in TV. So what is his name? That what is that show? Blacklist, I think it was called. Is it Blacklist?
I don't know.
I cannot think of
I
this
don't watch
actor's
TV
name
either.
right now. Oh, it's gonna drive me nuts. But anyways, there's this actor, great actor. He was the main guy on the show. The show was doing well. It was in like its 4th, 5th season, something like that. And all these allegations came out that he was touching little boys.
Ew.
And he obviously then get House of Cards. That's what the show is. House of Cards.
Oh, okay.
And he gets removed from the show. He was the star of the show. The show ends up being terrible after that. He goes on trial. He gets canceled completely. Like, nobody will work with him in Hollywood. This guy's been an actor forever. You guys don't know who I'm talking about, and it's driving me nuts that I can't think of his name. But so he goes through all of this stuff. Everybody thinks that this guy's a. The charges get dropped. It was like unsubstantiated claims. Also, one of the victims killed himself, so he couldn't testify, so I'm not really sure there. But he isn't a criminal anymore. There were no charges. Everything was dropped. Does he get his reputation back? No.
Yeah. I don't know. That's a interesting.
Great example, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the I'm sure was totally legit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll get canceled for saying these words?
Which ones?
The ones that you've been saying.
What,
Like
oh my
the
God,
one with
what did I
the
say?
P, the one with the S. Like, are you allowed to say those on social media?
I'll be honest. I don't know. Sometimes I don't know the camera's running. What did I say?
No, I know. It's for, I'm asking the audience too. Like, you said, like, are you allowed to say that on social media?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
we just have to have a disclaimer at the end with a hotline number.
Oh gosh. And then like the I don't know why I'm whispering.
We're gonna censor these so that way you guys have no idea what's happening, and it's gonna be hilarious.
Okay.
So,
Anyways,
yeah.
whatever. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about the situation. I feel like, okay, I'm against everything Taylor has, how she's reacted and what she's done, but I just feel bad for her, and I feel like people need to be more understanding of like the situation that she's in and how it's like not justifying her actions or saying it's okay, but being more understanding that one, she's a human in the public eye during all this stuff occurring. Of course, she's going to take on these opportunities that are amazing for her selfishly. Yes, selfish, okay, but still, it's like your career is like, it could go really good. I don't think she's thinking of like, how can this like all get screwed up and messed up, and now my career is going to go to crap, and maybe I'm going to get sued, or who knows what's going to happen, you know? So it's like other things I don't think she's thinking of, but also like you're in the public eye and everyone's seeing your crash outs and everything crazy happening too. So it's like, I don't know. It's a sticky situation.
It is, and that's what happens with these unhinged reality shows. I think that's the lesson here: is we need to stop being obsessed with these nonsense shows.
I'm not obsessed.
Oh, okay. Your phone just called you a liar right now.
No, I'm really not.
She
I was just
lives
really
for this stuff.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
I do?
Yeah, you couldn't wait, and like I think you were genuinely upset about the Bachelorette. Like,
Oh, I
like,
was.
angry.
I wasn't angry. I was just upset because I was really looking forward to. I haven't watched The Bachelorette or Bachelor in like forever, but I feel like this was someone that I was really excited to see on the episode because I
Yeah.
knew it was going to be drama filled. Okay, that's so bad to say, but I was like, okay, we like drama when it's like not in our old lives. We like watching it like other people's lives. Drama, you know?
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I don't live for reality TV, but I do like certain ones.
Yeah, you know, I'm not saying for all reality TV. I'm just saying like these specific things, like people love the drama of it and stuff like that. And I think that even though people know this, I don't think they realize how fake it all is.
Yeah.
Like, you know, all of these problems that seem to always constantly happen. Like these people, yes, they're probably toxic individuals, but like it's being set up by
Yeah.
the producers. Like, I have a friend who was on a reality show. I forget what it's called. It's called like Gold Rush or something like that. I don't know. It was about like he was doing like gold mining in like Africa. It's not one of these type of reality shows. It
Yeah.
was like something on TLC or one of those things, right? And so he was in there, like he would go into these areas and like mine for gold and yada yada yada. So they were doing like a site visit of the spot that they were going to film at the next day. And there was like this like bridge with like, it was like one of those old like wooden plank bridges going over like a certain area or whatever. And they had to drive the car over it. Okay.
Oh gosh.
So they went there to go look at it first to see how they would set up the cameras and all that kind of stuff. And the bridge was totally fine. It was just a normal bridge. I mean, it was an old like bridge with like wooden planks, but like it was intact. When he showed up the next day to film, a bunch of the boards were removed from the bridge to make it look scarier, like it was going to possibly like going to fall and die.
Wait, that's
And
kind of risky.
yes, and he refused to film it, and they kicked him off of the show.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
So it's like this is what they do because they need to make drama. Like
Yeah.
at the expense of his life in a country that people
Yeah.
there are trying to kill them to begin with because like you're there
Yeah.
stealing gold and that's literally how they make a
Right.
life for themselves there. So like they do not care. They will put you in any situation to get ratings and views, and everybody just goes along with it. And you guys all cheer it on.
Yeah, maybe we need to cancel the producers.
Yeah. We should.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to cancel the producers. Sorry, go on.
Knock that off. Oh my gosh. Okay. So yeah, I don't know. Like I feel like people are just gonna be annoyed with me and my point of view on this.
Well, that was the point of this.
Yeah.
We were rage baiting a little bit.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But overall, crazy toxicity. If you yourself are in a relationship like this, get out quick. Get out fast. Easier said than done though, so I don't really know what to tell you. Don't go on Bachelorette.
No, don't go on Bachelorette. Unless you're really looking for love.
Tune in this Sunday,
Because
7, 8 Central.
because if you're looking for love, what's the best way to do it? On national television with 30 guys that you're just swapping between. And
Yeah,
then
that's disgusting.
yeah, when we were watching that like before the Rose, whatever that preview show was called,
Yeah.
there was like they were showing a clip of a couple seasons ago where like you're like that guy was crazy. So it was like the Bachelorette girl was like talking to this guy, which these were like old episodes, which is funny because you see like the fashion and like the hair and all
Yeah.
the people, and you're like they look crazy because you're like people dressed like that.
Yeah.
Like he looked ridiculous. But anyways, he said to her, he's like, have you hooked up with anybody else here on the show? And she got like all mad. She's like, that's none of your business and blah, blah, blah. Why? And he's like, because if you have, I don't think I want to be with you. And then she was like, she flipped out and she kicked him off the show and everybody's like applauding her. And like the reality of it is, would you really want to be like, what? I'm on this show to try and like supposedly marry you, and like you just hooked up with that guy a couple days
Yeah.
ago? Like, I'm good.
It was the Hannah Brown season, by the way, for you guys. I remember
Jeez.
that one.
She's not
Because-
like addicted to this stuff
No,
at all.
I remember that one.
The
Okay,
Hannah
come
Brown
on.
season, guys.
When they had all those girls, I was like, who are these people? I knew like 2 of them.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Same.
like, huh?
Same.
Yeah.
That's normal.
Exactly.
Wait, this was one that you knew though?
Yes,
Okay.
and that's why I told you like he was crazy, but then they showed that clip of him being like normal.
It seemed like
completely
he was
what
the
you would
one
be
good
like,
guy.
Oh, that's a good guy.
Yeah.
Maybe he should be the one, right? But then it's like they didn't show, and then at the end they did kind of show him like coming back and
Yeah.
being like, "Marry me," and
He
they had to like
refused to
kick-
leave, and he
Yeah.
came back after he was kicked off, which was
Yeah.
awesome.
It was kind of funny, yeah. That's happened a ton on Bachelor though. Like, I mean, not a ton. I've only seen a couple seasons, but like I think you and I maybe have watched this season. I don't know if you remember,
But
but
the
it was
girl
like
came back, right?
no, it was like her name's Maddie Pruitt. I sent you her podcast now. She's married. It was
Okay.
like a faith-based podcast that she has, but she's a very Christian girl, and she went on Bachelor, and she was one of the girls out of 30 or whatever, and she made it pretty far along. Then it got to like the fantasy suite part, and she was like, "Well, as a Christian, I can't like do this. Like, in the fantasy suite is like you know do things or whatever."
I think it's implied.
Yeah, so like not just do things, you like do it. So it's like, she was like, no, like I can't do that and it's just not gonna happen and I'm waiting for marriage. And like it was like a whole thing or whatever, but
Yo, if I was on the fantasy suite,
why would you be on this fantasy?
because I'm
suite?
sorry, we just talking about fantasies real quick. I would throw this whole thing because it'd be a fantasy suite and I'd be in there, and then like the girl would walk in and it's just me and there's just a bunch of different types of ice cream. Like there's like
Yeah.
a sundae stand set up
That's
over
my
there.
fantasy too.
And like Ben and Jerry are both there. And then like she just feeds me ice cream.
Oh,
It would be amazing television. So sorry, go on.
interesting.
So Maddie Pruitt, amazing
I could set
Christian
it up.
girl. Thank you.
You're welcome. Maddie Pruitt. Yeah. Anyway, so she's like one of the girls that like actually like made a really good living off of like that situation. Like then she got into like all this fake stuff. Her dad's a pastor, so she was already involved in like she went to Bible school and like all this stuff. But like, anyways, I don't know. I'm going off topic, but she like that was a situation too that occurred, and I feel like that's like the thing with Bachelor. Like, why are we like promoting like let's go to the fantasy suite and like
Because
here's
it
your
makes good television that people want to watch.
I don't know. Every time that part would come up, I thought that was kind of gross.
Yeah, it's just that's how these shows are. You guys are being exploited, and you should stop watching
And
them.
like, how do you like, like on day one, night one, when she meets these people, or he, whoever, whichever the one is, like they'll like kiss all these people. It's like, are you not like spreading? Like, who knows what these like? You don't even know that. Do they get like tested before they go on?
I don't think for kissing. I don't think that's the thing.
Can't you spread things with saliva?
Not COVID, apparently. That actually we have to cut that. We can't say that on YouTube. Yeah, we actually can't say that on
Oh,
YouTube.
okay. Got it.
All right.
So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either, but it's gross, and everybody who watches it is also gross. You guys are all gross, every one of you.
Okay, you were like, I literally asked you, are you going to watch it with me last week? And he was like, yeah, sure, I guess. And then I was like, okay, fine. It doesn't seem like you want to. I'll just watch it on my own. And you were like, no, cry faces.
I was listening to I was watching Andrew Schultz podcast, and they were talking about actually this show got brought up, and they were saying how like why is it that like if a guy gets asked like hey, did you watch like that Mormon Wives show or whatever, the guy will be like, oh, my girl watches it, so sometimes I'll watch it with her. But like if you were like hey, do you watch Game of Thrones, you'd be like, yeah, like me and her watch it, but like we won't admit that we watch it. It just like happens to be on, and I'm in the room.
Happens to be on.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like, when I put it on, you don't act like.
Yo, because the drama consumes you. It really does.
It does.
But like the only reason, what's the other one that we watched? The Dubai Bling, or what is it called?
Yeah, Dubai Bling.
Man,
yeah,
that
I
the
think
one?
it was Dubai Bling. Or something Dubai.
They make me so angry. I hate all of them. Or that Sunset Selling Sunset.
Selling
Over.
Sunset, that one was
I
annoying.
hate all of them. I wanna strangle every person on there. I hate everybody, but it makes me want to watch it more, so I could just get more angry.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Dubai Bling was kind of fun though because like.
Most of it wasn't in English. I had no idea what was happening.
Yeah, so that's why it was fun for me.
Yeah.
And also like, I don't know, I felt like I understood like some of their drama because of the culture. So it was like.
I just feel like it's kind of like we talked about this on a different like episode. How like it's just the same as like social media stuff. It's like it's all like you watch it and you start thinking like this is supposed to be real life. And none of this is
Yeah,
real. Nobody
I
is
know.
nobody is like this.
I
This is
know.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's drama's entertaining, and that's where we are. And we are obsessed with figuring out other people's lives as if we actually know them. And we're sticking
Figure
up
out
for
your own
people that
lives,
we
people.
don't know.
We
Read
need
a
to
book.
start, we need to start like put your feet on some grass. Like that's what we need to do.
Yeah.
Touch some grass, people. Me included. Don't touch me.
Yeah, that's what I think she just
I
said.
meant like I need to touch grass too. So hopefully it stops snowing. It's not even snowing.
What's happening right now? This is unhinged.
Okay, anyways, okay. Well, that kind of wraps up some of the craziness, I guess. I don't even know if we got our point across or
Probably
anything
not, no.
that we were trying to say, but we just wanted to kind of like, this is just a fun conversation, I guess. There's not really much. I mean, it's not like a fun situation, so obviously we don't agree with the whole domestic abuse and like mental and emotional and like any of that type of abuse. It's really bad. It's really toxic. It's not good. We don't like it. We're not for it. We don't agree with it. We disagree with it. So don't come at us. But also we're all human and we all sin and make mistakes. So we could just pray for her and pray for Dakota too. Not just her. Pray for both of them and pray for ourselves and our sanity, because look at where the world is going. Like there's things going on in the world and we're talking about freaking Taylor and Dakota.
I think it's all a cover up. We're being distracted right now.
Yeah,
from
by the government?
Aliens. Yeah.
This
Hey.
is the government is using this as
It is. Nobody's talking about the Epstein list anymore, are they?
Yeah.
No. Uh-huh.
whatever.
Yeah. I think it's a good place to end. I do want to just make sure, is it okay if we end here?
Yeah.
She moved a little
Oh.
fast. I got nervous.
Okay.
Are we good?
Yeah. Let's go inside and throw some chairs.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Bye.